Okay, welcome everyone. So today we are going to draw the greeting the world. This is the name that Net created, but the idea of this class is how world can be welcoming you. Not you are greeting the world, but you are welcomed in this world, and how you can be taking your place in the world. What does it mean, and how we see the world and how we see ourselves. This is depends our self-esteem and self-motivation and all those different voices in our head, like, no, you can do it or you cannot do it. So today we will try to do some exercise, art exercise that helps us to bring ourselves in the center of attention, which could be very scary, but in the group of people that are really excited about you being alive, you being in this world, and how we can find this place and see that we already perfect for this place, and we are perfect for this world, and world is just waiting for you to unfold your potential and see how you can do. So there will be many lines, so I stopped talking and just switch the camera and we'll start drawing. Okay. So this will be horizontal drawing. So you can use any color for lines. I'm going to use black just because it's easier for my camera to focus on black. Like I tried different colors and it's always a challenge. But you can use any color. You can see which color is calling for you, because this is how we color is representing feelings, and feelings how we connecting to the world. This color can be really motivating you and say like, please pick me. So my color will be black, but not because it's some grief or sadness. It's just because I want clarity in those connections. I want some very well-defined connections, no questions, no misinterpretations in it. And the first thing that we are going to do, because this is always emotional process, looking at ourselves through eyes of other people. And I invite you to put your feet on the ground and just take 1 minute of silence and reconnect to yourself. Feel what is going on in your body. Take a deep inhale and exhale all pressure, or as much pressure as you can exhale. And you can repeat it and just see, like with internal vision, what is going on in your body. Is there anything you need? Is there anything you want to change? Maybe position, the way you see it, maybe the light, maybe the temperature. Just observe. And I invite you to connect to the paper. Like this is this page, this paper will reveal something very important for you. Your place in the world and how the world is welcoming you. So this is a sacred space for you. Allow yourself to connect to it. Trust it. And ask to be gentle to you. As much as you can process today. We don't want to resolve everything or heal everything. We just want to see whatever we need to see today, whatever we have resources to process today. And for some people, it will be a lot. For some people, it will be maybe one insight, and this is enough. Don't force anything. And when you're ready, I invite you, take a pencil or a marker that you are going to use for drawing, and all lines will be used with this, or most of the lines will be used with this marker. Like the Zoom is doing something crazy. It's always raise my hand. Like it's not like I'm asking any questions from myself, but so don't be distracted with this hand. It will appear several times during the class. And when you take the pen, this has become your channel of your subconsciousness. What is hidden and what you want to look at it, what you need to see. Maybe you don't want to, but you need to see it. And again, like we're asking to be gentle to ourselves, and I ask to be gentle to the group, because it could be a very emotional process. And on this page, I invite you to find the place. This is a sacred place of your life. So where on this page you belong? Find your place where it will be your shape, your element will be presented, will be find the most comfortable place. And just scan, like use it as a pendulum and just find, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the center? Or do you want to be in the corner? And how much space do you want to take? This is always important. I will be modest and be in the center, but you find your own place. Where is your place? And just pin it, like pin where you are. Like this is my small dot that here I am in the center. And now try to define, like, what is the shape and the size? How big I am? And the shape doesn't have to be circle. It can be any shape. And just take a look. It could be spiky. It could be a circle. It could be triangle. It could be square. So just trust this movement. It doesn't have any logic for you, but just allow it to be seen. What is the shape of you and the size of you? And the first thing that we are going to see, like, how do you feel? Like when you look like this, is it big for you? Is it spiky? Like what I see, it's not perfect shape. And I'm surprisingly very okay with this. And I can use the narrow line along the edge, just soften it. Like, yeah, I can allow this imperfect shape to vibrate. Just see. If your shape is very spiky, like really sharp, you can use narrow lines to soften it. You may start rounding corners. You can start bring fine lines along the edge just to soften it. Bring some gentleness to it. If you look at yourself and somehow you cannot even breathe, and it's like it's very distracting and emotional for you, just look at yourself. You can do the catharsis inside. There is some blockages, like maybe we never looked at ourselves this way, and you can do the catharsis inside. I don't feel like I want to do catharsis, but just please let me know if you don't know what does it mean, the catharsis. I hope that everyone took basic course or maybe did other classes, and because I've seen new faces and I'm not sure if you're familiar with terminology. Okay, so you don't know what the catharsis means? Like I have, oh, I see one raised hand and it's my hand. So I guess I know what is the catharsis. Again, the Zoom is doing something funny these days. I believe they created some feature. This is my first time ever. Okay, so please be gentle to yourself. It will be challenge. Some of this terminology could be confusing for you, but it's better if you look the video later again. Like there is a link to what you can see, like original videos about a little bit about Neurographica, about rounding and neural lines. But I will try to be gentle and show you some of the elements, basic elements as we go. So welcome to the class. So the catharsis, I mean, like when we have this shape, and if it cannot have some, like, even if it's very hard to look at it, we can do just like free scribble inside and just let go, release this pressure. And when you let go, you start rounding. All the corners representing conflicts, internal conflicts, and we soften them with rounding. So we see more gentle, soft, oval or circle shapes. This is representing softened energy. And resolving conflicts, we're transforming the conflict in harmony, in balanced shapes. Now, just take a look and see who in your life right now is happy that you are. That, like, there is anybody, it could be human being, it could be animal, it could be nature, that is really happy to see you. If you have nobody, you can put myself there, because I'm always happy to see you. But maybe it's your friend, maybe it's your colleague, maybe it's your parent, maybe it's your child that is really happy to see you. With all this other stuff that is going on, maybe it's like some complaints and resentment, but they still be like, they happy that you're alive. And you put this person, I know that, and I hope that you have more than one, but like when you have one person, for example, let's say my mom is happy to see me, and I draw her shape here. I find the place the same way as I found mine, like, okay, my mom will be here on this side, and she will be circle-ish, and she will be this size. Like I define where this place for my mom, the distance to my mom, like from which distance she can look at me right now. So I have this power to find the place, perfect place for my mom around me or next to me. You can, shapes can overlap. If you want somebody very close to you, allow it to be this close. Okay. And and just see, like, okay, so this is your mom. You can write down, like, this is your mom, or you can just let the shape be without any labeling it. The purpose is not to remember every shape. The purpose of this class is to see how many people or creatures around me that is happy to me. Maybe your kittens are happy to see you. And this is a very important. You can create the shape of the kittens here. Or your dog or your garden that is very happy to see you. And I invite you just like this is, we've never done in Neurographica. Like this is the very first time. I invite you to draw eyes of your mom, like cartoonish eyes. It doesn't have to be, that are looking at you. Like they're very funny. Like make it silly. We so serious about finding our place, and like allow your mom to look at you. Just, yes, my mom is this funny cloud, very unusual shape, and she's looking at me. And I allow this, her vision, really through her vision, really to connect to myself and just feel, how do I feel to be seen by my mom? This is a huge topic just by itself. We can look and work on it for years, but I want you just diagnose, like do some diagnostics about it and just allow yourself to be seen. Maybe you can even feel that the age of your mom when she's looking at you. Maybe you feel that your mom is at age 25 when you're 50 and she's still looking at you through this age of 25. And when it's you feel that you are connected, we start rounding corners. Okay, so again, we soften the corners. So for the very first time, right, the rounding corners, let me find the page. When we have two lines crossing each other, they create corners and we are soften them, like we create this gentle curve, and we color everything that does not belong to this curve. Like, so our mind will create this, continue this to the circle. We don't want to do this dot line, but just round it as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just soften, transform the corners in gentle, harmonious connection. It's called rounding, or it's called conjoining, because we are connecting the energy through those lines, connecting to yourself. And it's your definition, it's your you define how fast you want to draw those narrow lines, like a river of energy, like a vibration. Your mom doesn't have to say anything. She's just looking at you. This is very important, that we are not going in a verbal dialogue and maybe arguing with each other. No, we just allow her to look at you. And this is enough today. And we don't have to argue, we just round corners, and this is enough for us. And I connect and I allow it to be seen. Again, like first of all, we define the safe distance. And again, like I brought mom because I know she loves me. If you have any doubts about it, you can bring somebody else, somebody that you are confident with. It's again, the purpose is not to find this huge complex relationship with your mom today. The purpose of this class to find people who are really happy to that you are alive, that you are still be that you were born in this world. And we start from the present moment, because the present moment, when we are aware of it, when we consciously can choose the people that are looking at us, because those eyes through which we are going to add in this drawing, we are looking at ourselves. And when you say like, can you do it or not do it? This is like somebody's eyes that you are looking at yourself. And if your mom told you like you cannot do it, this is you are looking at yourself through her eyes and telling you this belief that, okay, this is too much for you, or this is unsafe for you, this is too crazy. So we want to choose whose eyes are we are looking through to ourselves. I hope it's not confusing. Please let me know if you need any like clarification. When you're done with one person, I invite you to choose somebody else, like maybe your child, maybe your husband, maybe your partner, your friend. So in the present moment, who is in the present moment is looking at you? Okay. And I will put my dad, and I do the same. I draw the silly eyes, like really cartoonish ones, like and I connect. I bring the connection through those shapes from the edge of the paper to myself. And I just connect. I don't rush, like I've done the rounding many, many times, like million times. So I can do it very fast, but there is no purpose to do it on time. The purpose is to find healing in the process. And it may take a day or hours, or maybe even weeks when you finish the drawing. So be very gentle to yourself. There is no way, there is no reason to force anything. You need to find your own pace and respect the space. And you can add as many lines as you want. And if you notice, because the lines are going through these people, this vision is coming not just from their eyes, it's coming from their heart, from their being, like through their body. It creates some conflicts as well. It could be challenging for them to look at you as well. And that's why there are some corners when we draw these lines across their shapes. Sometimes, like when you create somebody and you know they love you, you know they're happy to see you, but there is so much pressure that you cannot look at them. You can do the catharsis in them as well. Please don't overdo catharsis in every shape, like because especially for when it's a very first and raw topic. There could be too many catharsis. We want to bring some satisfaction at the end, and the catharsis could be just a challenge to dissolve in the drawing if it's too much. But if you feel like, no, I don't worry about too much, this is what I want, like trust yourself. You have the permission to do whatever you want with your drawing. You don't have to ask my permission or my blessing to do it. You trust yourself what you want. And you can even look like the shapes of the people. If the shapes are sharp and spiky, you can bring some narrow lines along the edge and soften them. Like I don't have any spikes, but I'm right now, but I can. So you can find somebody else. So as many people or animals or pets, again, like any creatures that are happy that you are here. Maybe it's your siblings who are really happy that you are in this world. it's interesting, I have 2 sisters, and they have nothing in common, but they want to be close to each other. It's like, and I just imagine like that they are looking at myself. Interesting. I'm very surprised at this shape, and it's and how close they are to me. And I connect to them, bring these lines. And you may even ask yourself, what does people see in me? What do they really see in me? Do they see in me some maybe strengths? Maybe they see in me some creativity, or they just see in me some support and gentleness, or rebellious spirit. And this is what bring the admiration. So you can ask this, like, what are they really see in me? Why do they want to look at me? Not to satisfy their curiosity, but just ask yourself, like, what does people can see in me that I may be not recognizing? Maybe they even already told you many times, like, oh, you're so beautiful, or you're so smart, and you never believed them. Just remember, like, maybe they already mentioned some powers and some important qualities of yours that is that you can use right now, that you can activate. Like, if they see it in you, you connect those qualities and activate those qualities inside of you. So allow yourself to be curious about it, like, without any this modesty, like, oh, it's not so polite to say that I'm smart. People see it in me, I accept this. Like, I cannot say like, oh, people are wrong because they see it in me. Like, if they see, maybe there is something there. And today we are talking about good and resourceful qualities. We are not trying to look like, oh, my mom said like this, that I'm not a very good cook, and this is a very disturbing for me. Maybe what they said that it was inspirational and supportive for you. I am in too much pain. I will try later. Carla, is it like physical pain? Or is it emotional that this was activated during the drawing? The best way to process the emotional pain, do the catharsis, or like just emotional. Okay, so just do the catharsis about the pain, release the pain, because we know that this is like an emotional onion, and sometimes you need to do several catharsis to go deeper. And start with something very dear to you, somebody who does not judge you. Start with, like, you can surround yourself with nature, with pets, with friends. Don't go in families yet. But the catharsis is the best way to release the pain in this method. The reason why this class, I wanted to do this class because I'm a woodcarver, and I do the Native American carvings, and every time I carve eyes on the piece that I'm carving, the whole relationship with the piece is different. I feel like they're really looking at me. It's not me carving them, and like it's anymore. It's they allow me to reveal their nature, and this is a very interesting how powerful eyes could be. And I wanted like really like how we can be connected through eyes, through this vision to each other without words. Okay. And Carla, another thing, like if it's a very still be emotional, you can just draw the something bigger, something more powerful, like God, if you believe in God, or the nature in itself, the Mother Earth itself, like, and see that they are happy to see you. Like we are going to bring those resources later, but if it's already overwhelming, like you can just start and see like what the God is seeing in me, or what the planet is, like why the planet is asked for me that I need to be born here. I believe that the planet Earth is like creating the order, like, okay, I need this people for such and such purposes. And they like really ordering specifically for you to be born. It's not some random coincidence like that. Oh, I was born here at this time, and it's always wrong time for me. Maybe not. Maybe it was a perfect time for you and a perfect place for you. So, because the Earth is really creating this order. They really wants you to be here at this time. It could be challenging for us, but it's a perfect time for us. Okay, so if you want to share with us through which eyes you're looking at yourself, like, and again, like you always welcome to add my shape that I'm looking at you as well, if you feel that you need some extra support, or some maybe classmates or group of people that is looking at you, maybe community. When you're done with the present time, you can look at back. Maybe there was some friend in your life, like very dear friend, when you are 5 or 10 years old, and you just love the way you felt around them, like they were really happy to see you. And it doesn't matter how old you were at that time and what they've seen in you, like bring them here. Okay, so this is my best friend. It's interesting. My best friend is the most perfect shape. And I connect this friend. People, the line that is going through one shape through you can go through another shape. It doesn't have to be like just isolated and connected to you. Your people between themselves can be connected. They can be similar in some way. So, how's everyone doing? I know it's a big topic, but keep breathing, keep rounding. Rounding is the safety rule for the Neurographica, because this is what helps us to process this strong, powerful emotions that are activating. And maybe it's a very, not even first time, but still be a challenging time to look at these things, because it brings some memories, it brings some pain. But again, we're integrating, we're allowing ourselves to see as much as we can handle today. nothing too much, nothing overpowering us. Like if it's intense, it's because you have the energy and resources to look at it right now. And just allow yourself to round, integrate. See how so much energy is collecting inside of you. Feel this resource inside of you. Like this is like people are looking at me. They were happy to see me. Maybe not all the time. Maybe it was just a glimpse of happiness in their eyes at one moment. And it's enough to use this glimpse, to use this moment to feel welcome. And you may ask yourself, like, when they look at you, do you look at them back? Do you see those people back? Are your eyes, are they open? Or you just allow yourself, like, still be with closed eyes and feel that people are looking at me with love, with appreciation, with excitement, with gratitude. It doesn't have to be something very close, but it could be some neighbor that you are always happy to see you at the morning on your walk, or maybe it's your teacher at school that was like many years ago was happy to see you in class. Allow yourself just to recognize that there's always people in my life that was happy to see me. For them, I was enough. For them, I was alive and exciting. Of course, we have, like, we're always trying to recognize the traumatized experiences and work with them, but we are forgetting that, like, we had already so many happy moments in our life. And today I want you to bring attention to what was already good in your life, who did already love you, who did already enjoying your presence. Just remind yourself, like, okay, there was so many friends, there was so many things, maybe some places where you feel like you belong, and the place can look at you as well, like, my house is happy to see me when I come home. My kittens, like my 2 kittens are happy. Like, they're really happy to see me. Almost as much as they're happy to see each other. Interesting that one kitten is looking at me, another is looking at another kitten. It's not. Or maybe what interesting can happen, that you feel this, that person is always looking at you and you feel the pressure, and actually the person can look somewhere else. And this is a very interesting and sometimes needs to be seen as well, like, okay, You feel that like they paying so much attention to you and they actually looking a different direction. And it's not because of you, it's just because something happens with their lives, with their attention. And we can relax. We can relax to be not under such pressure. It's important as well. And you can ask yourself, like, how do I feel to be seen? Like so many eyes are looking at me. Is it intense for me? Or do I enjoy it? Is it enough? And as I already mentioned before, you can find some place when some greater powers are looking at you. It's not a religious thing, but it could be the universe is looking at you, maybe like the God, if you feel comfortable to bring the God in the drawing, and how this divine energies are looking at you, or maybe Mother Nature, or maybe your ancestors, that grandmothers or grandparents that were happy that you're alive, maybe somebody from your lineage that you want to bring here as a resource, and see like how they are happily looking at you, and just allow to be seen by them. Something bigger. And the energy doesn't have to be tangible or alive. Like those people can be gone, but they were so happy to see you. And it still be a great resource for you. Use it. They still look at you just from the different dimension. They're still happy that you're alive. Let's bring something very big here. If you want to add something and you feel that other people can benefit from it, please share with us in a chat, because it's always interesting how people bring different resources and everyone can benefit from it. Maybe you live next to the ocean and you want to bring the ocean that is looking at you. We love to look at the ocean, but feel like, how does it feel when the ocean is looking at you? Or the stars are looking at you? Or the moon? And remember, this is still be your power. This is your sacred place where everything is possible, and it's you define who is looking at you, who you want to be seen by. I cannot talk anymore. I learned to keep my mouth shut. I started talking. To me is like talking to a bull. In a China shop, I work so hard, but now only see no one really cares. I have to go. I will try later. Okay, Carla, like, please be gentle to yourself. Okay. Is everyone else doing fine? I know it's emotional, but like, okay, doing. And Carla is like, she is a long-term student with us, so she can, I believe she has enough resources to do it and instruments to do it. Okay. Empty shape for the unknown, like people who received kindness, but you do not know them. They know us by our actions. Yes, yeah. Yeah, because some people may benefit from our presence without even our awareness. Maybe you provide some services, or maybe you, I don't know, maybe you hold the door when somebody was exiting the store. And this is enough for people to be happy that you were present at that moment. It doesn't have to be something big. We always want to change the world, but small actions, small steps are as important, as precious as anything else. Let's give them value, acknowledge them. It's very interesting how little we know what the impact that we bring in lives of other people. And it doesn't have to be something challenging for you to do, so they have to appreciate. Maybe you even did not notice. Maybe you enjoyed this moment when you've done something for your pleasure, and people feel changed. You're buying products from other people and they get paid. They paid for the service, but it's not necessary. The pleasure that they receive from the product, it's not what they paying for. This is a different. You can pay many and buy very expensive stuff, but if the seller was rude to you or looked at you some way that is not appropriate, you will never enjoy this product. And for smile, you are not paying for the smile. This is something that is coming from from inside. This is something extra that we are appreciating from people. It's a very dangerous business. Things like they smile to me because I'm paying them. People just happy to see other people. And I know by myself, it's like when sometimes I don't want to see some people, it doesn't matter how much they're going to pay me. I will not look at them. I will avoid their presence in my life as much as possible. But if you feel that people are really happy to provide the service to you, this is something is different. And I can use it. I can use it as a resource. And I know that I'm helping people not because they're paying to me. I'm paying a lot of people just because I'm happy for them, for their support, for their presence, and support for me as well. This is a It's a question, like, really how much we want to be involved in supporting other people. Maybe you can bring some clients that you really helped in your line of work. Like, did you have some clients that you really was satisfied and with your service? And this could be beautiful addition to your drawing. On my drawing, like I brought the figure, this big figure that is representing God looking at me with this silly eyes. And surprisingly, my father is so merged with this shape, like it's really so connected. Even it doesn't feel like that, but maybe it's just a different level of connection that is not obvious. Yeah, some shapes could be unknown, unlabeled, but if you feel like there is somebody here belonging, like I cannot remember exactly, but there are some people that happy to see me. I don't know their names, but I want them to be present here. I was trying to say something different when we buy products from bazaars, like handmade products of art that people have created, they are happy to get paid. They, like everybody happy to get paid, but again, it's a there is a different there are two different energies. Yeah, like being money energies and you paying for product and attention and warmth and gentleness and the energies that people invest in the handmade things. Yeah, this is a very, it could be a resource as well. Yeah, people that provide service, it doesn't have to be something big. It could be maybe you buying bread in the same store and people just happy to share with you their bread, their creation, their products. Or maybe you know some farm on the farm market and you always go to one person because they feel like family. They happy to see you. They always welcome you and feel welcomed, feel excited about be around them. Notice how is your shape or your own shape in the that we started with is changing. Is it changing? Do you want to make it bigger? Do you want to change the shape? Maybe you want to make it more circle, more softer. Just see. Just. I feel like there's more and more energy in my shape and I just ready to grow. Not because other people expect me to grow, but because I feel the energy. I feel this internal capacity to grow. I have enough energy to be seen by more people. This is or just being seen by the same person as a different shape, a different role. Again, it's not because other from outside expecting, but because I have this movement, internal movement to do it. This is a very important. We are not forcing anything. I'm not growing because others expecting me to grow. I'm growing because I feel this will be more comfortable for me. This is something that I want, something that is more inspirational for me. Just feel it. It's interesting. I forgot to bring my children here. Okay, children. I have 2 children. And they are looking. Connecting to both of them. Or maybe you feel like this is not enough. And you feel like I want more people looking at me. And you can create the space. You can create this a room for those people who want to look at you with some excitement. Allow those people to like shapes, unknown shapes that you don't know them yet, but like somebody in the future. I have the capacity to be seen, and I have the capacity to see other people in my space as well. With all those eyes, this would be good drawing for Halloween. With all those silly eyes. And again, eyes can be dissolved in the roundings and in the lines, connections, like because lines can go through the eyes, like they're really connecting through the vision. We don't need to save and preserve this cartoonish shapes and elements, like they can completely dissolve. You can at some point not even recognize where is your mom, where is your father, because there's just energy moving around you. And see how this energy is moving and changing you as well. Changing you with love, with the gentleness, with your it's not the force outside, it's your desire to change coming from inside, because you're connecting to those people, you're connecting to those energies, and the energy is just make you more fluid, more in the flow, more flexible. See if there is any blind spots on your drawing, and there could be some element that you want to add. Or maybe you want to just bring some narrow lines there and see maybe what is hidden there. Maybe it's not something new that you want to add. Maybe you want to increase and make bigger some already existing shapes. For example, I want shape of my mom be bigger. I just want her to be bigger than I am. And again, shape doesn't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect to be enough. And it's could be a challenge because we raised in the cultures where perfection is always encouraged. Like you need to be better. You need to be done something flawless, and this is a challenge. So the Neurographica is really helping us to accept your uniqueness instead of perfection. Notice like that there are some areas on your drawing that you just want to stock. You want to pay more attention there. You want to really round every corner. You want to make it more, spend more time there, more energy, take more energy from there. So just observe, like where's your movement? Where is your body wants to take you? Where's your attention going? In some areas could be harder to touch. It's a sacred place, and all this has some healing, attention and challenges. We are creating our own neuron system to connect to this topic, to connect to these people. It's very funny, like I brought kittens before my children. It's interesting. I will think about it. Maybe an orb for our ancestors, thinking about the ancestral mandala and the feelings that they were noticing me, rooting me on. Yes, you can bring the all ancestors, or you can bring this healthy ancestry energy that is really not expecting anything from you, but just happy that you exist. Because ancestors in general could be a mess. But there is somebody in those hundreds of people behind you that are very happy that you're alive, that the lineage is continuing, and this is enough for them. You survived. Your life is powerful as it is, and this is enough. And those resources, like you are taking these resources from them recognizing your value, your presence, your existence. You have the right to live. You have the right to find your place. You have the place on Earth, in the universe. And because you're taking your own place, you are seen, you're visible. Okay, after you round, like I'm going to next step in Neurographica process, but you don't have to rush. You can spend more time on rounding and really enjoy the process of rounding, integrating all these corners and lines and elements together. Add more lines if you feel needed. But I'm going to explain other steps so you can watch the video later and just continue to finish your drawing, or just follow me along. It's always depends on your pace. Again, I don't want you to force and rush through some things that is not finished yet, not complete. And the next step is coloring. And when we do the coloring, we're connecting several segments together in bigger shape. Colors, bringing more emotions, more powers. They simplify the drawing and they help to see the flow of feelings, flow of bigger energies. You can color each element separately, like circle or square that you bring in, or you just can create the flow of energy. The shape is not, the drawing is not supposed to preserve each element. It's connecting the elements in a bigger meanings and in bigger energies. Bring this flow through the drawing. I personally love flow, but it can be just bigger shapes colored. Any colors that are want to be present. White color is the color as well, and when we're coloring, we leave the white space several segments together, so they connected, so they have some room to breathe. They're not isolated or blocked from bigger resources. My drawing will be quite intense, like colors want to be very bright and deep. No lightness. How's everyone doing? Like, do you still rounding, or you started coloring as well? Again, it's not the obligation. It's just I want to see like who is at which point. Coloring. Okay. Colors are like, just trust which colors you want to use. It doesn't, Neurographica is not about prettiness. It could be very intense drawing, but it's if it's reflecting what is really happening inside of you. If there's intensity is coming from inside, allow it to be seen. If I'm coloring and feel like returning to rounding, it's that, okay, yes, you can, even after finishing the drawing, you may find out like later, oh, I want to bring this person because how I forgot about this friend of mine or grandma that I want to add. You can bring another element later and you just round it, integrate it in the drawing, around more corners, and really make it part of the drawing, not just standing all alone. So you can add more lines, you can add more elements, you can add more roundings, you can add more colors later. So this is a, you don't have to finish and this is will be like done. I'm done with the drawings. There are some drawings that I was working for several months because there is always something that wanted to be added. It was a bigger size, but it always, I felt like this drawing will never be finished. And at some point it was like, done, I'm done with you. Especially for big topics like this. As many colors as you want. There is no limitations. There, again, about the color, there is only one rule, like we're connecting several segments together. We are not limiting colors or not like pushing how many we need to use. It could be just one or two colors, like red and white, and this could be beautiful representation of different shades of red, of different shades of blue. What is coming to you? What is really wants to be seen? And usually when we start coloring, we recognize that some of the corners left behind, and this is always appropriate to slow down with coloring and just return to roundings again. Because again, when we bring colors, more sharp corners are visible. So those steps in Neurographica are very playful, like you can adjust them, and in different algorithms they can be switched, but there are just very basic rules that we're following. And if you feel differently today and you don't want to follow rules, it's appropriate as well. So there is nothing you must do. There is always some opportunity for you to explore what is appropriate for you, what is happening inside of you, how does it resonate with you or not. And I, like, even after rounding, I felt like I rounded everything, but I still feel like I want to sometimes bring more lines or bring more shapes. And what I've seen that like only few lines on the right side, like much less than on the left, so I can, interesting, why is it like, let's bring some balance and bring some clients, my happy clients. Not just from Neurographica, but from other things that I'm doing, and connect to them. What's wrong with eyes? And I connect them to me. Sometimes the order of people appearing on your drawing is very interesting and unusual. Like you need to bring somebody like really less meaningful, but to open the gate to connect to somebody bigger in your life. And it's okay. You delighted students. Thank you. Yes. I think like it will be here in clients as well. Like this is quite a big shape. And it's interesting that my clients so connected to my mom, like overlapping with her. Interesting. My mom is a teacher as well, so maybe this is a reason. How do you feel? Is it calming down after rounding, or do you still be emotional? I knew it will be a big topic, but it's you never know how much it will be big. And this algorithm may reveal that there are some big experiences hidden and blockages that need to be worked separately. So please use this algorithm as a diagnostics. But sometimes we need to connect to people without complete and perfect healing between two of you. The connection has a much more meaning than complete resolution of all this resentment between or pain between two of you. So connection is possible without healing, and it will be healing itself. I brightened up as I added the yellow, had some processing to do earlier and have been noticing it as I processed through my body. Huge progress. Nice, Kate. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, yellow is always brings some happiness in the drawing. Surprisingly, it's almost like a sunshine, additional sunshine. You may color everything, like every segment could be colored, or you can leave the white color as well. So there is some room to breathe. There is some room for unknown. The white is usually representing some unknown. It's not bad or good. It's a possibility for everything. Everything is possible. Everything is, I don't know, is it good or bad? It's just there. It's only I define, is it good or bad for me? but it could be anything there. But if you do not tolerate the unknown, or if it's too much unknown in your life, you can color everything and bring feelings, define the feelings that you want to connect. If you have sharp elements, you can draw the narrow line from the edge of this sharp corner and just release this sharpness, this conflict, and you can round, like you can draw the narrow line and it will soften the movement. It's not like we're afraid of corners. It's just opportunity to bring more harmony in your lives. Like we can draw, consciously draw the triangles and activate action in our life and activate sometimes conflicts in our life. But when we're ready for them, we are can have some power over it, can navigate them in the constructive way, in a positive way. Okay, what else do I want? Hoping some turquoise color. And we have time. Maybe you want, like you feel that there is some element, for example, water or fire or air or earth that is a resource for you and you have a great connection to it. You can bring them as a resource to you and allow the fire to look at you. Not like, oh, I love to look at fire. I feel like there is so much cleansing going on, but allow to be seen by fire. It could be healing as well. It could be important. I was in art therapy for the pandemic, so this makes sense to me. Oh, I'm glad you're here. This is art coaching, not art therapy, but it's a big topic as well. So. And this is like, because we have this safety rule of rounding, this is helping to integrate even very big topics. Define the level. How deep we want to go. We have few more steps in the Neurographica algorithm. Like we need to add field lines, connect ourselves to the greater powers. See how we can feel about it. Okay. Like I will spend more time with my drawing later and do some shadings, do some maybe other aspects of nuances of coloring to bring more harmony, more color. But now I want to move to the next step. So we have covered all the steps of basic algorithm. so you can follow them. And the next is very important. The biggest resource for us is to bring the energy of the universe, to bring the energy of greater powers, energy from the source, from the drive, from the wholeness. And if you have already on your drawing the presence of these powers, like the God or the universe, you can start those drawings, those lines from that point, like really activating, bring this high level of vibrations. Or you can just draw the field lines in any directions. And those are usually the bolder lines because they have completely different level of energy. And we just draw the several lines. They don't have to follow the lines that already existing. You can create completely new lines. And I invite you to bring them, like first of all, look where they want to go. Maybe they want to go in different directions, or maybe they all want to go to you and really connect you to this universal energy. And the field lines, usually going from one side to the drawing to the another. After we adding 3-4 lines for such drawing is enough. We don't want to overwhelm because this is a very high level of energy, very strong vibration. We are going along the edge, along the line, and wherever they're crossing small lines, we are rounding, we are connecting them because we don't want the field lines to force the energy to us. We want it to be guided by them, gently guided, without any conflict. We don't want to fight with the universe, wherever it takes us, whatever it connecting us to. We want to be gently guided. And that's the same, you can use the same marker, the same pen, just round each corner. So we have this, again, the rule, the rounding is transforming conflicts in harmony. Corners and circles or soft shapes. Pay attention what is going on with your body. How do you breathe? Do you hold the breath or you feel relaxed and calmly breathing? How deep is it? Is it even inhale and exhale? Maybe there is some reactions in your body. Maybe there is some tension in your shoulders. You can bring your attention to there. This is where the pressure is hidden. And just do some maybe exercise to relax your shoulders. Maybe bring your breath to that area and see how you can just bring your awareness to it. Your body is talking to you. There is a lot of happening in your body. Your vision can be changing. Your breathing can be changing. And so body is releasing some pressure as well. You can be maybe tears or sound. You're not rushing, like there is again, allow yourself to find your own pace. This is an art meditation, like with finding those corners, we're giving this food to our brain to be occupied, but at the same time, try to see the sweetness of peace inside of your body or inside of your soul. Like something is really quiet there. After integrating field lines, notice how they creating the spine, the structure, like almost support for the whole drawing. Bring some order, greater order, and this chaos that was happening around us. If any questions, please let me know. If any comments, observations, any suggestions, like please let me know.
And I have a question.
Yes, April.
Feel line, can it be a short segment or does it have to go all the way across the page?
Field lines are usually it's going through you to the another age, because this is a very high energy, and could be very dangerous when we try to collect so much energy and do not let it go. Because the flow of energy is more healing, like when you feel this is just going through you, but you don't have to hold it. And it's this flow of energy, of the greater energy, can bring you to some places where you will be needed, or where you will be more comfortable, or where you will be more at your own place, at the best place for you. So we don't try to stack the energy inside of you, because too much energy could be even more dangerous than not enough energy. So before bringing this great resource of energy, the great force of energy, we always establish the network of lines or connections to distribute this energy. So we don't overwhelm with this great voltage of energy, because it could be overwhelming when it's just too much. But if you feel that you need more, like it's not enough for you, you can just draw another lines, like going through the whole drawing to another side. And they can cross each other inside of you. Just see. Because if you want a lot of energy to hold, you will have to create a bigger capacity to hold this energy. Like become a battery. And this is I prefer to be connected to the electricity instead of just to the battery, because battery is a limit, capacity of the battery is very limited. But if I'm connected to the network, I can adjust the power. I don't have to be at the same level all the time. I can be more flexible in it. I hope I answered your question, and April. But it could be as many lines as you need. If you don't have the bold marker, you can just draw the same line like several times, just increasing the thickness slowly. Build up those field lines, just make them visible, make them stand out, because this is just energy of different level, different vibration, different power. And in Neurographica, we don't expect to see something at the end. So we have this freedom and curiosity, just like, let's see what will be revealed. Let's see and be surprised how it's gonna look. So we don't have this expectation that it needs to look like a bunny at the end, or it needs to look like a flower at the end. It could be anything that is meaningful and emotional for you. And this is where the real art is happening. Like, I don't have expectations. I have this sincere curiosity about my subconsciousness and how my subconsciousness can be revealed. I have this very, very funny teacher who is 80 years old, like woodcarver teacher. And every time I carve something dramatic, like eagle or some raven, he every time, like at the end, coming like, okay, it doesn't look like a bunny, which is good. So I guess it's a compliment. So I want you to be happy that it doesn't look like a bunny at the end. If you feel that it's appropriate for you, you can place this drawing on visible place and see, maybe it will talk to you later. Maybe you will notice some aspects of the drawing tomorrow, or maybe you will find out that, like, oh, I remember more people now. It's some entrance point for you, like, to think, like, who is happy to see me in my life, and find out, like, how many people I'm happy to see in my life. Because wherever they look at you, there is always some look back, like, I see them as well. And another thing, like, that you want to do, like, we've done the field lines. So next step is called style. No, the fixation. Fixation is like, what is the most important you want to remember? Maybe you want to remember yourself, like how big you are, maybe the new shape of you that you want to make stand out and be remembered. Or maybe you want to remember one of the resources, or one of the people that you have such an emotional connection, and you want to highlight them. You want them to be visible. So we use the same bold marker and just make it very bold and visible for you. Like I just want to make this new shape of me. And as you see, like, okay, now it looks a little bit foreign because it's so bold. And we go along the edge and round, because rounding, this is what helps us to resolve conflicts and integrate. Even I'm bold, even I'm visible, I want to be harmoniously integrated in my community and along the people around me. And remember that you have this right for you. Like, do not bring people that you don't want in this community around you. This is your sacred place, the safe place where you resources, where you feel connected, and you define the people that you want to connect it to their spirits or to their bodies. Like but it's your permission to choose those connections. Because I'm like asking myself, like, do I want to add more people? And like, no, I don't want, like, this is enough for me. This is something that I feel like, okay, this is a pure resource for me. Some of the people make me laugh. Some of the people make me feel pain sometimes, but they still be happy to see me. And this could be important, that like people can share with me some challenging experiences and I can share with them. It could be some professionals, like maybe if you are in this therapy and you feel that the person is really happy to see you and happy to witness your healing, this could be an opportunity for you to add those people as well. Okay, so I integrated my fixation. So now I can look if there is anything I want to add to the drawing to balance it. So make sure that the whole drawing is very well integrated. Everything is connected. No elements are standing alone or separated, because Neurographica is always about connection, connecting to yourself, connecting to people, connecting to your emotions, connecting to your experiences, and find the resources in it. And I see like if there is anything I want to add, maybe some. You can add more fine lines if you want, like to release this pressure. You can bring more shading, so the flow of energy, the flow of colors will be more exciting. You can highlight even more, bring the colors to highlight your fixation, your own shape. Make it visible as a 3D effect. This is your time to play with this. There is nothing you can do wrong, so you can just see what else I want to do here. It's not about decorations, like bring flowers, pretty elements, but it's about connecting, like make sure that the whole drawing is connected, that the flow is going through this It could be intense or it could be very gentle. Very fine energy. And I already know what we are going to draw the next month in January. There will be how to be in the flow. I have already the idea what we are going to draw. How to be in the flow. What does it mean? You can combine media. It doesn't have to be colored pencil. It could be highlighters. It could be some watercoloring pencils. In some cases, people even do the watercoloring, but traditionally Neurographica is a graphica, so it's not about coloring. But if you feel this is something that you really want to do, please feel free to play with this. You don't need to ask our permission. Can I do this or that? Like if it's you're drawing your emotions, they can look the way you feel it. So I'm just adding more colors so the flow is more stand out, more profound. Let's see what I want. Well, listen, there's not enough colors. What do I want? Which color do I want? Some fading around along the fixation. This element that wants to be highlighted. We usually choose one element, so it's the priority is very well defined. What type of pencils are you using? I'm using the Prismacolor Premier. I have a big set of them, but I have like many different pencils. These are the softest and the easiest to work with for me. Usually 48 is enough colors. Like I have 150, but most of them are never used. Okay, so this is my final fixation. Okay, and at the end, we always ask ourselves, like, what have I learned today about myself? What was the most important insight? Is there any other aspects of the drawing of the topic that I want to research? Maybe I want to go deeper in connection with some particular people, or maybe elements, or maybe I want to go deeper in looking in topic of being visible and see how you feel inside of like, this is you. Like I'm in the center, you could be in the corner, wherever you feel. Just feel like I am visible. This is my place and this is my perfect place. People are looking at me and they're happy to see me. They're happy to for me to be with them. And this is enough. Just feel it. Feel yourself in the center of attention. Like the whole world is around you, looking at you, excited that you're alive. And allow yourself to look at the world as well. Is there anything you want to say to the world? Is there anything you want to share with the world? Be honest, like it doesn't have to be something nice or polite. Maybe you want to say something the first time in your life, that when you want to be very honest with the world. And just allow it to be seen and to be heard. like really listened. Okay. So I'm done with my drawing. I'm probably will spend a little bit more time with rounding and integrating, but let's take a look at your drawing. Wait, April. Let's me. Okay. Nice. Let me see. What I see this like. Notice that you're coloring all these elements almost separately. See how you can create a colorful environment around elements as well. Not just circles and squares, but surroundings as well. What is happening around them, because this will bring more joy and support to people, because there is so much unknown. And if you bring more colors, it will be more exciting environment for you and for people around you. Does it make sense? Not just like expand colors beyond shapes, beyond circles and squares and triangles that you have on your drawing. It will give you more resources, more excitement. Okay? And it creates more flow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing your drawing. Does anyone else? Wait. Okay, Susie. Wow, Susie, beautiful drawing. I love the intensity of field lines and like. Is it the brown color that is going across you? Across the drawing, is it the brown color? Like I cannot hear you. Your microphone is off.
Okay, it's orange and red. I don't know, maybe because of the light.
Okay.
It looks brown, but
it's a very powerful, very grounding color, and it's I would probably maybe suggest just ground it even more, because like if you see it has a very small part that is really connecting to the ground, but allowed to be more anchored, more grounded, because it's holding the whole drawing together, this flow of orange and red. So it needs to be really, really grounded, like at the end, like in this corner at the bottom, make sure that its roots are deeper in the earth, not just touching, but
okay.
thank you. Like you feel like you seems like a very experienced one. I see many drawings behind you.
Yeah, draw a lot. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Is it Damaris or Damaris or Damaris? Like it could be different. How do you pronounce your name?
Damaris.
Damaris. Okay. A beautiful pink Okay. So again, like you can find more free videos or on YouTube channel, like about rounding. Could you show me one more time the drawing? So the just about rounding. And you did it with colored pencil, yes? Mhm. Okay. Notice how your center shape is more surrounded by yellow. It brings the warmth, but it's another indication that you're trying to understand with your logic too much. And the water inside of it is stuck. So let go the understanding. The connection does not need understanding. The connection could be happening on a different level, a level of emotions, not on your mind, because mind plays tricky games with us. So highlight this more connection with the blue color, because blue color that is really grounding you and creates the flow. It's a more supportive. And I love the green, fresh green on the side. The gentle pink, this is or magenta color that you have. This is a really Virgin Mary color. It's a very innocent energy, feminine energy. So I invite you to bring somebody as a resource from your ancestor, healthy female energy. Like somebody, like there could be, the family could be screwed up, like really, but there is always at least one family energy in the family. It could be 5, 6 generation from you that can give you resources, healthy resources to use at your present life, and use it, because something about feminine aspects that could be helpful for you. And rounding, keep rounding. With pencils, it could be challenging because they're soft and it's hard to hold the pressure even, but it's a good start for sure. Like, I'm glad that you are with us today. Did I answer everybody who wanted to share your drawings? Okay, so, oh my gosh, we are on time. It's maybe first time ever. I'm right on time. So thank you very much. I know that the topic is very big, and this is an opportunity for us to look at the bigger picture. At the end of the year, it's always nice to see the bigger picture and create capacity for something new, to grow in it and expand ourselves in it. I want to say happy holidays. We are coming to the season, and I hope that you find enough resources related to the Christmas or to the holidays to complete the year strong. There is always, you can find it on our website if you want. If we always ask you to share your drawings in the Facebook group to encourage and inspire other people to share their feelings and drawings as well. And if you have any questions, Ned is the best person to ask. Always. We have a basic course in January. So if you want to know more structure about Neurographica, what each step meaning, why do we bring the field lines after coloring and so on, Ned is going to teach basic course in January. So more information on website, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because there is always updates about it. Is there anything, Ned, you want to say?
No, that's good. Thank you, Anna. It was wonderful class. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So I'm not going to hold you anymore. I'm so excited it's on time. I'm really growing as a professional instructor now, because time management is one of the challenges. And I'll see you in January, and we are going to draw the topic how to be in the flow. So Happy New Year and all these other holidays that you are celebrating. So thanks, everyone. Bye.